Hello to all my craft mates. Craft mates, that's a pretty good word. I am going to try my best to do a tutorial. I I do make videos. I don't usually call them tutorials because I don't feel like I am the best teacher in the world, but these these here cards, they are ATC card that were sent to me by Pat Toodle. She sent these to me. I love ATCs. I just love these small pieces of art. And she sent me these too. And so I went with my ruler and I measured and come up with the measurements of the pieces that she used to put it together. So now I want to do the same thing. Do you see how that waterfall works? As you pull the tab on the card. Now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how I figured out that these were made. Now, I might be the last one to the party here. Everybody else might know how to make these already. But I just learned, and because I just learned, I'm just assuming that there's other people that haven't learned too. So I'm going to go. And there might be a jillion already tutorials out there to make these, but I didn't look for one. So the first thing I have found out is that we need to have a piece of cardstock that is 2.5 by 3.5. That is going to make the background. So I'm going to do this all from scratch because 2.5 by 3.5, because so that if you're going along with me, then you will know what I'm doing. Okay, so I got this. This is going to be the back piece now. All right, I'm trying to do colors that you will be able to see what I'm doing. So this is the back piece. 2.5 by 3.5. Now, so that's going to be the back of the cardstock. Oh, you know what I'm going to do right now before I forget, because when I was putting one together, now if you have a round, I'm gonna, right in the center, I'm going to put a little notch right here. A little neat little notch. So if you have a round one, you can use a round, or so then that's what your card looks like. It's got that little notch down there. I've got this hexagon or whatever it is, so that's what I'm using. Okay, now, so then you need this part that pulls down. This piece. This piece here is 6.5 inches by 1 3/4 inches. So I'm going to put that one in yellow. So I want 1 3/4, 1 3/4 inches. And I want this to be 6.5 inches. Let me see. Oh, I just got to cut a little snippet off of there. This only goes to 5 inches, so I'm going to mark that right here so I can have my 6.5 inch mark, and then I'll just cut that right there. 6.5 inches. Okay, now then, once you have this piece that is 1 3/4 inches by 6.5 inches, then you score this piece. Okay, and you're going to score it at, 3.5, 4, 4.5, and 5. So you go 3.5 first. So here you go, and you've got this up on your scoreboard. And if you don't have a scoreboard, then of course you're going to have to measure and fold. But so, what did I say now? 3.5. We score it at 3.5 first, 3.5, and then it's going to be every half inch. And you go to 4, 4.5, and 5. So you got 4 score lines there. See how you got 4 score lines in there. Okay, and those are going to be folded. Those 4 score lines, you want to fold them. Okay, and then the whole thing is going to fold like this at the top of the score line, at the 3.5 inch score line, where the short end is going to end up in the front, and the long piece is going to be in the back. So this is 3.5 inches. It's the same length as the card. So that, and then you have 1, 2, 3 half-inch places. You got 4 lines actually. Okay, now then the next thing we do is we need to have 4 pieces that are 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. So I'm going to go back to this dark piece, and I'm going to cut that to, we want these to be 1 3/4. Check again, 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, and we need 4 of them. So we're going to go 1 3/4. I'll cut this strip out at 1 3/4, and then I will go to 1 3/4 this way, and I need 4 of these squares that are 1 3/4. 1 3/4 inch square, each one of them, and I need 4. All right, and then I'm going to need 4 1.5 by 1.5. So that's a 1/4 inch smaller than these ones we just cut out, because those 1.5 by 1 and see, now these are going to go on here. See, the ones you just cut are going to go on this piece here. And so see, then these are going to go on here, so they're the same width. Okay, now I'll show you in a minute. But now I want to get out of my yellow again so that you can see. I'm going to do the 1.5 inch squares. 1.5. So I cut that strip to 1.5, and I'm going to cut 4 squares that are 1.5. Okay, so I have my 4 squares that are 1.5. Now I'm going to do, when I was doing my little, I did one earlier this morning, and right here I was playing with it, and this one is not exactly very, very good, but it was good enough that I knew I was doing it correctly. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, I decided that I think it's easier if you decorate these 4 pieces now and then put it together, because putting it together and then decorating it, I think it would be just a little cumbersome. So what I'm going to do is put these smaller pieces onto, and see, I still don't have it just exactly right, so I like to use glue because you got a little wiggle time. And so I'm going to put those onto those little squares. Put the 1.5 inch square on top of the 1 3/4 inch square. I suppose you could do it without layering them like that, but once you get this 1 3/4 inch square, you can do anything you want on there actually. Okay, and then what I want to do, let me see, I brought out my little can, my little tin can. I brought it out here. I brought it, did I lay it down somewhere on the way in and not get it all the way in here? That could very well be what I did. Well, if that just doesn't take the cake, I had a little can, a little tin with a whole bunch of little flowers in it. Okay, I don't have that, apparently, so I'm going to quick change gears here real quickly. And I'm going to use some stickers instead. I'm going to use some stickers. That is funny that I had that tin, and now I don't know what I did with it. So I'm just going to use some stickers that I have here. I love these. These were sent to me, and I just love these. So I'm going to have to find more once I use these all up, because I've been using them. Now I'm going to put, now here's where this, I'm gonna just stick a sticker on each one of them, because for some reason I just love my unicorns. They are magical. They're happy. They're always happy. So I'm going to put, do I got 4 different unicorns on here? I sure do. So I'm going to put my unicorns on there. Ooh, look at his little legs came off. Let me put them little legs back on. I can put unicorn legs back on. There we go. We put them back on you. And then let's put this one right here. Okay, now I have them all decorated up. There's pretty. If I wanted to, I could take, I won't do it now because it had to take drying time, but it would be pretty if I had like stickles and put little spots around them, just because I do like sparkle. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. Okay, I don't need this yet. I need this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully get these. Now you see, you've got this here with the folds, 4 folds in there where you creased it. So you're going to take this first one, which will be actually the bottom one, and you're going to put it below. See, you're going to glue right down along below that line right here. That's where you want that. And then you're going to put that first square right there and get it. I suggest you use glue so that you can make sure it's nice and square. You want to be able to still see that line, that fold line, that score line. You want to be just barely able to see it so it folds above. Okay, then we're going to take the next one, and you could just go ahead and glue, put that strip of glue right there on that second one up, the second rung up of the ladder, and then you're going to put this one on here. You'll put that one right there. Oops, do you see that? I put my poor unicorn. Well, he's jumping up in the air. That's okay. That's okay. He's a high jumping one. And then you're going to go here on the next one, the next 1.5 inch, and you'll put your next, put this one, get them on there straight so that they're kind of straight and lined up with the card below. So you want to still be able to see that fold line. Just get it right below it, just right below it, not, you know, not too far. And then the last one is going to go up here at the top. And it's going to go just like this. So now what you have is this piece in the back. That's 3.5 inches. That's the same length as your card right here. And then you have these 4 squares that you have decorated already. Okay, now what you're going to need to have now is, let's see, here's where we okay, now we want to punch a hole, but I didn't get my, where did I put my hole punching apparatus? My hole punching apparatus. Oh, there it is. I'm going to go ahead and do this now as well, is put in my little hole punching, my little hole, and I just want that here at the bottom of this 3.5 inch piece. I'm going to put just a small, just punch a little pull tab there. And what I think I would do on this is also to reinforce. I would go ahead and put reinforcements on there. Bring in the reinforcements. Okay, and so I'm lucky to have this here punch because I love them reinforcements. I use them quite a bit. So what I'm going to do here is to glue them, I have to go like this. I have to use my tweezers, and then I just lay it into the glue like this, and then I put that on. So that's how, and you don't have to have these reinforcements, but I kind of, for one thing, it's kind of a nice little look, and it does keep your hole nice and straight. Okay, from ripping out. Okay, so now what I need to have is a piece that is 2.5 inches by 1/2 inch. So 2.5 inches by 1/2 inch. So I think, is this 2.5 inch? Let's see. Yeah, this is exactly 2.5 inch. So I'm going to cut that to 1/2 inch. Okay, so now this piece that is 2.5 inches by 1/2 inch is the same width now as your card is here. So now what I do is I'm going to go and I'm going to put this piece. Okay, wait a minute. Now let's make sure we get this glued in the right place. Okay, this piece is going to go right here. Let me make sure I'm right here. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Let me check real quick on here as to how far does she have this up from the bottom. Okay, she has that measured. Okay. She's got it about 1/2 inch from the bottom, maybe a little bit more. So the top part of it is about almost a little more than 1 inch. So I don't think it's real particularly exact there. So now what I want to do is I'm going to glue this. I'm going to put a stream of glue across. toward the bottom, but not exactly at the bottom. And then I'm going to take this 2.5 by 3.5, 2.5 by half, and you see how I have it to where the two stick out parts. Now see, I'm gluing that to the piece, the part that has the images. I glued that to the part that has the images. Okay, that piece, not this piece. This piece is going to have to move. And so I have that in there, and I glued that on. Now wait a little bit for that glue to dry, but this glue does dry very quickly. And then that is how this piece that we just put on is how this whole thing is going to attach to this card. So what I have done here is I get that right there on the card like this. There's the card that you cut, and it fits right on here. That little piece that you put across is just as wide, and this piece that you just put together is just as tall as the card. So now here you can glue these very edges, or you can put a like on the one that Pat did, she's got some little brads that she put it on with, little brads. I think both of them she did a little brad. Yeah, she used little brads to put on them. And see, she put a little round thumb hole on there. I'm going to just use my little stapler because I have it right here. But now I could do brads if I wanted to. But you can use. And so, but you just be careful when you glue it, if you're gluing it, that you don't put too much glue and keep it to the edge. And I just put staples on there. Now I can take this bottom and I can pull this, and look how it flips. The whole thing just flips. Now here is where you can put any kind of a message, which I'll go ahead and take my stickers, and I'm going to put the rainbow here. I think actually these stickers work out pretty nice for my, and I'll put sparkle, and I'll put dream. And then if you have a little piece of ribbon, I didn't bring a little piece of ribbon, so I will just take, here I've got some thread. I'm just going to use this little piece of thread that I just so happen to have here. And I'm going to put that in the hole just to make a little pull string. I'll put that in that hole that I punched. And then see, then you just push it back up. Oops. Wait a minute. What am I having? Okay, I got a little problem here. Just a minute. What happened? Why is that stuck here? I don't know what I did. Oh, it's up. Okay. Oh, it was hanging up on the, this was hanging up on the thing. Okay, see? Now, so you put your pictures or whatever, and then your message can go here. What am I hooking up on here? I'm hooking up on something. I'm not sure what. Let me see what I'm hooking up on. It wants to, once I get there, what is it hooking on? I don't know. Oh, okay, that's in the, oh, now it's going up. Let me check that one more time. Don't like to have anything hooking up on stuff. And that goes up there. This goes down here. This is going. And I get right there. Oh, it's this. Oh, this piece of paper was hooking up on the enforcer. Okay, on the reinforcement thing. But now, those aren't the best of colors. But I wanted you to be able to see the difference. So that's why I used dark and then light. But look how pretty that is. And let me show you here on the ones that Pat did. This one here, these are the two that she sent me. She sent me two. And look, these ones she's got like some little, you can buy these kind of stickers too that are just they're a sticker, but they're an outline. They're beautiful. And look at the birds. And then she took and put a stamp. She stamped right here. She's got it inked all the way around. She's got it stamped. It says, "Of all possessions, a friend is the most precious." And that's what her stamp says. And see how also here she alternates her colors on the flips. And also I see that she used double-sided paper on the largest squares, so that when you flip it, when you pull it, then you see, oh, this I put double-sided paper too there. So if you use double-sided paper, then you see the backs of the paper. So the back paper matches that little piece across there. I didn't do that on purpose. It just so happened. And now here on this, now see how she kept everything square here. Now she turned her squares on this one into a diamond, put them in the diamond shape. And see how it fits down like that. So she's got them only on 3 of them, the top 3. She put them in a diamond position. And then on the bottom one, she has achieved. Down here it says cherish, live, and dream, that she stamped on there. And so here on the top one, she has some brads in there to decorate that one. And on the next one, it says serenity. This one, it says simplify. And here it says achieve. But see, so that shows you that you can get very creative even with how you decorate the waterfall part of the card. Now I'm seeing on mine, she has a little bit heavier. Well, no, it's not really, I guess. But I think if you were to let this be a heavier cardstock on the back, your base be a little heavier, then as you pull it, this won't bend so much. But now if you were to take this even and put it on a card front or in a journal, how pretty would that be? I just love these. And see how she puts a piece of ribbon in here? Here she's got some, like, a very beautiful copper colored, it's almost like I don't know, a wiry ribbon. It's really, really pretty. I just love these. I think they are just gorgeous. I think they are just beautiful. And they are very simple to put together. And I hope you try them. I think I'll cut my little string off a little shorter there. And that's what I wanted to show you in this video. And I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you try it. Because it is just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. Now, let's see what my card for today says. My intuitive senses are opening more and more each and every day. Trust your intuitive wisdom. If your mind is closed, how can you learn anything new? And that is true. Keep your mind open. Learn new things every day. So today your new learning things makes these. So I am going to post this video now, and hopefully you all will enjoy these and you will give it a try if you haven't already tried. But I think they're just gorgeous, and so I need to put my top back in here. And I am going to call it a morning as soon as I find my mouse. Oh, here it is. So this way I can say stop. Okay, love you guys. God bless.